Once you submit the whole documents, I can guarantee that less than 24 hours you will get the license in your hand. We are developing a city. Our concept is walk to work. We lost some time, but that taught me a lesson that never compromise on the companies where you choose. I'm coming from a small village in India. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer. I got the exposure by coming here in UAE. But the proudest thing is that I've been instrumental to develop 2 free zones and 1 offshore registry.
Wow.
Most of our clients are referrals.
Johnson M. George, the General Manager of El Free Trade Zone. Johnson is a seasoned corporate attorney with over 2 decades of experience in corporate and commercial laws. He has held key roles such as a regulator, compliance officer, and an in-house legal advisor at other prominent free zones in the UAE. There are a lot of investors. How do you approach bringing investors to Quwain and establishing their businesses over there? What's your number one thing you target?
Even at this moment,
Success begins with the right environment and support. At Al Quwain Free Trade Zone, we create the perfect conditions for your business to thrive. A designated government-backed free zone in the UAE offering easy company setup and multiple tax benefits. Join 10,000 plus investors who trust Al Quwain Free Trade Zone. Experience innovative workspaces designed for productivity and growth. With industrial land and ready-built warehouses, your business is set to grow. Labor accommodations located next to your warehouses make operations easier. Seamless access to airports, seaports and highways ensures your success. Al Quwain Free Trade Zone. It's easier than you think.
Welcome back, Alpha Squad, to another inspiring episode of the Alpha Talks Show, the number 1 fastest growing show in the region. Today we have a special Alpha guest, Johnson M. George, the General Manager of El Quwain Free Trade Zone. Johnson is a seasoned corporate attorney with over 2 decades of experience in corporate and commercial laws. He has held key roles such as a regulator, compliance officer, and an in-house legal advisor at other prominent free zones in the UAE. Now, as the General Manager of UAQ FTZ, he has been instrumental in transforming the zone into a thriving business hub. His visionary leadership has attracted global businesses, created an investor-friendly ecosystem, and significantly contributed to the economic growth of the region. So today, we'll dive into Johnson's journey, the unique role of free zones in business development, and how UAQ FTZ stands out as a prime destination for global investors and also entrepreneurs. So, Johnson, welcome to the Alpha Talk Show. It's a pleasure and honor to have you with us today. And I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs, investors watching the show will gain a lot of knowledge and wisdom from you. You have a great career path, and it's an honor to have you today.
thank you, Seif. Thank you for having me here today, and it's my pleasure to be with you.
Same here. We have a nugget question we start the show with, which is always, when we launch the episode, when we publish it, people will see the thumbnail, they will see the graphics, they will see the title, and they will think it's extremely interesting episode to watch. What can you promise them today to gain if they gave us their time?
You know, UAE is a land of opportunities. Everybody coming to UAE or in UAE, they have a dream of doing business.
True.
But often they are confused or not sure where to establish their company.
Exactly.
Whether they're in the mainland or in the offshore or in the free zone.
True.
If you continue, or the people who are watching this, if they continue watch this, they will have a good takeaway on their decision where to set up their company.
I'm positive about that. I'm 100% positive because a lot of people wants to come to UAE and set up their businesses, but with the many options that we have, a lot of options, people get confused a little bit. So let's start off. Who is Johnson in a nutshell? From your perspective, who's Johnson?
Oh, Johnson in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I'm a very simple person coming from the southern part of India. I did my schooling and my professional college and everything in India. And I'm a corporate commercial lawyer for more than 22 decades.
Yeah.
2 decades. And I'm in the UAE for nearly 25 years.
Wow.
This is about me. And in my previous job, as I said, I was a corporate lawyer. I was practicing law for about 7 years.
Wow. That's a heavy thing.
Then I wear different hats, like a in-house legal advisor, compliance officer, registrar
Oh my God.
of
You make me scared.
another prominent free zone, now the prominent free zone in UAE.
I love that.
And currently I am heading the free trade zone of the Emirate of Al Quwain.
I love that. What inspired you after this career in legal corporate law to go into a leadership role where you are in right now? What inspired you?
It's not an inspiration, and I don't know whether it's a leadership role or not. Currently, I'm heading the Al Quwain Free Trade Zone. Basically, you can say that I am a team player. I had multiple industrial experiences. I wanted to use my experience to the development of a free trade zone, which I gained over more than 10 years. And for me, to lead a team, to develop an idea, to implement that idea is very important. And I see that as my passion. And not only that, to ease the compliance requirements or the legal requirements to make a business success
Wow.
is my kind of a
Dream and fulfillment.
Exactly.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
A lot of people watching us and even abroad, they would like to come to Dubai and they're confused. What's free zone? What is local? What is onshore, offshore? A lot of types of establishments. So if you can give us a brief idea, what is the different types of establishment and what makes a free zone and what's the difference between them?
Sure, of course. In UAE, there are 3 types of registries. We call in a legal term, we call as a registries.
Okay.
One is the onshore registry to do business in the mainland of the UAE. The second one is a free trade zone registry, which is a designated area to do the business.
Okay.
And the third one is an offshore registry to do business outside UAE.
Okay.
This is in nutshell.
Okay.
So if it's a mainland registry, then there are certain requirements, like you need to have a UAE national as a partner. This was the initial requirement. Now, since past 2 years, this requirement has been little bit diluted eased, and in some of the industries, they allow 100% foreign ownership.
Wow.
But in the free trade zone, it's 100% foreign owned.
100% foreign owned.
Yes. Initially, when UAE was developing, there were a lot of foreign companies wanted to come to UAE. But there was an issue of having a partner from outside. The companies, they may not be, or they were not willing to have partners from outside,
Exactly.
which are not real partners. So the government, wisely, they have decided to have designated areas where foreigners come and establish their business. With one restriction, that they cannot do business directly into the local market.
Okay.
That means they cannot do a B2C business, but definitely they can do B2B business.
So a free zone can do a B2B through an intermediary, which is the business,
Yes.
to reach the end customer.
That's right.
Wow. Wow.
They can work through a distributor, they can work through a wholesaler, if I'm talking about the traders. Yeah. So that's the only restrictions inside the free zone.
Free zone.
In other than that, they can hire any employees. There is no restrictions on any nationality or anything like that. And there are a lot of benefits attached to the...
What are the benefits of having a company established in free zone?
There are a lot of benefits. As I said earlier, the first benefit is the 100% foreign ownership. Then there are tax benefits. There are benefits on the customs duty.
Okay. Interesting.
There is no restriction on recruiting foreign employees.
Okay. Mhm.
Most of the free zone are like one-stop shop to do their business because they don't have to approach different authorities to get their business license done.
Oh, okay.
So there are a lot of advantages.
For in UAE, there are a lot of free zones areas, and I need to talk a little bit about Al Quwain in particular. What makes Al Quwain now a place where people are looking for to establish their businesses versus the other free zones?
About Al Quwain Free Zone.
Exactly.
Yeah. The features or the advantages we say, it's of 7 letters.
Wow.
It's called details.
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 Okay.
No, the number 7
Yes.
is considered as the complete number.
Exactly.
There are 7 continents, 7 days in a week,
Yeah.
and 7 colors for the rainbow,
Yeah.
7 notes for a song.
Oh.
So, I mean, for music, there are 7
Exactly.
notes. So, we consider these 7 features which attracts people to the Al Quwain Free Zone.
Wow.
The first one is it's a diversified free zone. Unlike some free zones, like only for certain activities,
Okay.
we are a diversified free zone where we accept all the activities. Let it be consultancy, let it be trading, let it be industrial, freelancer, all these activities. So it's a diversified free zone. Then the second point is the easiness.
In establishing
of
or
establishing, which everybody, most of the free zones, they promote, set up company in no time.
True.
But
It's impossible. Yeah.
But for us in Al Quwain Free Zone, not just setting up the company, even there are a lot of requirements after that, like amendment of the company,
Exactly.
change of the activities, changing the share capital, bringing in new partners.
True.
All these activities we are doing seamlessly and with all the ease, same as for company formation. And I would say even cancelling the company is as easy as forming the company.
Because canceling the company is pain
True.
in other, I would say, free zones.
Of course, we don't compromise on any of the compliance or the regulations, but we
Making
make
it
things
easy.
easy.
I love that. And what?
And the third point
Yeah.
is transparency.
Okay.
Okay, the transparency means what we say is what we deliver, and also there are no hidden charges. Everybody knows what they are paying for, so it's very transparent.
I love it.
And the fourth one is that a personal touch.
Yeah. Which is like missing these days with all what we're passing through with technology. I love it.
Yes. Then comes the incentives which we give in the free zone. It's cost effective.
Yeah.
Then we are giving incentives from the customs department and the port for the people who are using the free trade zone of Al Quwain.
Oh wow. For the usage there are special kind of rates.
Yes, concessions,
Yeah.
that incentives,
Yeah.
and also since Al Quwain Free Zone is a designated zone, there are tax benefits as well. So these are the incentives.
I love that. For people listening to us now and they have a
And
business.
2 more points are there. Sorry to interrupt.
Of course.
7.
Of course.
So the L is the location.
Can you tell more about the location? Yeah.
The location, it's we are located in the one among the state highway of UAE, that is E311.
Yeah.
We have direct access to E311, and the free zone is about less than 45 minutes drive from Dubai International Airport
Wow.
and 25 minutes drive from Sharjah International Airport. So the location
is prime.
advantage we have. And the last thing is
Yeah.
we strive to develop. Okay, we listen to the people, we try to improve. So these all are the factors, the 7 points which attractive to the people to come to Al Quwain Free Zone.
I love that. Can you give us, like, for the people listening to us, what kind of cost it associates to establish? Of course, it depends on the license, of course. But roughly, what is the cost of establishing a company in Al Quwain, in a free zone?
The cost starts from 8,000 dirhams for a 0 visa package.
Yeah.
By the way, coincidentally, we have a package called Alpha package.
No way.
Alpha package.
I need this one.
It's a one visa package, all inclusive is 13,900, including the cost of establishing the business plus one residence visa.
Oh, wow.
The name is Alpha package. We do have land.
Yeah.
The land rent starts from as low as 1.85 dirhams per square foot.
Wow. It's really a prime location. What does it make? First of all, when you're the GM of such establishment, what are your real objectives to make with this objective? What do you want? You want to make Quwain Free Zone the best among all the Emirates? Or ahead in innovation? What's the main objective?
Now, our dream is to make the free zone the most sought after free zone in the world, not in UAE. We are developing a city. Our concept is walk to work.
Walk to work.
Yes.
I love it.
So we are building a community where people can walk to their workplace. Our dream is to not just, Quwain Free Zone is now not just
A free zone, a regular free zone.
the concept of the tax benefits or easy setup. We are advancing towards technology, digitalization, industrialization. This is our vision.
I love it. I love it. How do you approach working with investors? There are a lot of investors. How do you approach bringing investors to Quwain and establishing their businesses over there? What's your number one thing you target?
We listen to the investors.
What's their needs?
What's
What do
their
they
needs?
want?
What is their scope of their business? What do they need from us? And we try to deliver what they need. We are doing road shows in different parts of the world.
Yeah. The parts of the world.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. In this year itself, we have participated more than 50 events as of now, worldwide. Even at this moment, we are representing in Canton Fair in China.
Nice. Yeah.
Then we participate in investors meets. We do partnership with the business promotion agencies, and that's how we reach to the clients.
I love because, one of the things that I know about you, and without getting into like names and all these things, you were one of the people who loves innovation. And back in the days, you were one of the people who created the flexi desk. Am I correct?
True, that's right.
Can you tell people what does flexi desk mean? Because yes, in a lot of quotations, we get the flexi desk, but sometimes people don't understand what is it. What's a flexi desk and why you came up with this idea?
You have to go back to the year 2002 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Those days, to set up a company in the free zone or anywhere in the UAE, you should have a dedicated facility. Physical facility, office space or warehouse or something like that. But we realized that most of the offices are just left closed.
True.
People are not using the offices. So I happened to visit a business center at that time, and they were having this co-working space. So I presented the idea to the board of that free zone where I was working at that time, and they loved the idea, and that's how the first flexi desk or the shared workstation kind of thing or business center kind of facility attached to the license started issuing.
Wow. Because really, a lot of businesses these days are not stuck to a particular physical location.
True.
They work from the cafes, they work from their cars, no physical location is
These
needed.
days, geography has become history.
Exactly. And that's why I'm saying you pioneer in the innovation of these. And I'm sure with Quwain, much more things to come. If we're talking about now like entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs that wants to set up their businesses, and setting up a business, it is something important to start to generate income for them. What kind of advices would you give them?
You mean in the free zone or in general?
In free zone.
Okay, if somebody want to establish a company in the free zone, I would advise, first of all, you need to have a proper project in your hand. And second thing, and which is more important, is choosing the free zone.
Wow.
There are more than 40 free zones in UAE and nearly 100,000 corporate service providers or the consultants who are establishing the companies for the clients in the free zones.
True.
You can see a lot of advertisements in the social media. I would advise not to be carried away by those advertisements. Each free zone have their own special features and advantages. So please
do your work
by yourself, or if you can't, you have to approach some consultants. And please don't go to a consultant who is telling that I will do this for free of cost. Because see, in this today's world, there is no free lunch.
True.
Most of the unqualified, I'm not talking about the qualified consultants or the corporate service providers. There are a lot of unqualified corporate service providers. They consider themselves as a consultant.
True.
And they are working as a broker or a commercial broker of certain free zones where they have been paid a commission or an incentive.
True.
So if you give a project to them, their interest is not to find an appropriate free trade zone for you.
True.
Their interest is to take you to the free zone where they get the benefit.
I'll tell you a story. Back in the days when I came and I wanted to create a company in a free zone, and I contacted a consultancy and I said, look, okay, this is the business that I want, the license that I want.
I'm sure the first question, without you are saying, the first question would be how many visas you need.
Exactly. How many visas you need, and this is the only one we want you to establish the company in. Give me options. Let me see what are the benefits of this versus this. There is no option.
They are not asking the project.
True.
They are not asking the project. First they have to understand your project. Then only the visa part is the last part.
And give you options to understand. I swear, I was absolutely driven, as if you're going into a taxi. Sit in the taxi, go there. There is no options. As you said, they're paid a commission or a fee to get more clients, so they're focusing on a particular free zone. So 100% I agree, and I passed through this.
I would give another example. Now the corporate tax has started in the UAE.
Yeah.
I bet many of the so-called consultants, advisors, they are not aware of the difference between a designated free zone benefit and a non-designated free zone benefits. The poor clients, they approach the people, seeing their some social media campaigns and all.
True.
They ask the same question, how many visas, what is the package, and they just set up. They are not asking what is your line of business. If the person is doing a high sea trading, the product is not coming to UAE, or the product is not being sold in the UAE local market, then they are getting a lot of benefits if they establish the company in a designated free zone.
Wow.
This has not been communicated properly.
100%.
Yes.
Another question. For free zones across, just for the people to understand, can somebody have a license in Al Quwain as a free zone and operate in Dubai?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Even
through intermediary.
It should be intermediary.
Yeah.
If you have a license in Al Quwain free zone, you have to work from the free zone itself.
Okay.
Yeah, you cannot take a office space in
Somewhere
Dubai
else.
and put your name board and you can work. No, it's not possible. You can meet clients, you can talk the deals and all those things is possible, but you cannot have a physical presence with the company name in any other place. Let it be even if it's even DMCC.
Exactly.
Your company is here, but you cannot have a office in the
Marina.
mainland.
Exactly,
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
If you see a lot of entrepreneurs, I believe, do you think anybody can be an entrepreneur?
I'm sure anybody can be an entrepreneur, but there are certain requirements,
Yeah.
First of all, they should have a vision, what they want to be. They should be willing to be, or they should be flexible, because the world is changing.
True.
So they have to adapt.
And pivot when needed.
Exactly, adapt the changes. They should be able to accept the criticism. They should learn from failures.
Oof.
And
True.
they should be determined to
Succeed.
succeed.
I
Then
love
anybody
that.
can be a...
But it's being an entrepreneur is a hard thing, requires specific kind of DNA and traits.
True.
If I look towards Al Quwain future, Free Zone, what do you see the future looks like? Or what do you envision the future looks like?
The future is very exciting. As I said, the world is changing, and we are mostly concentrating on industrialization and technology-oriented companies to attract.
Okay.
That will bring a lot of employment opportunities to the emirate, and also there will be a lot of economic development. So it is an industrial-based future we are seeing in Al Quwain Free Zone.
Oof, I love that. You should invite me one day.
For sure, you can. Anytime you can come, please.
I appreciate it. Everybody, you said one important thing, to learn from the failure. So if I ask you, what is your favorite failure to this day? A failure that you're grateful for that it happened, which changed your career path, your journey.
Oh, there are many. There are many failures. But okay, if I can attach to Al Quwain Free Zone, okay, when I joined the Free Zone about 10 years before, it was initially known as Ahmad bin Rashid Port and Free Zone. There was only very limited team members.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to join there and even to recruit my own team.
Wow.
But before that, the government allocated a new tranche of land for about 2 million square meters. It's a desert beside the Emirates Road 311, I mean Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road. I didn't have much experience at all in the engineering side of it, and I don't have an in-house engineer. Of course, we depend on the consultants.
Of course.
The land was desert, and we wanted to level the land, So we took a tendering and all those things from different the contractors. And this is not an organized sector. This land leveling, this dealing with the sand and all, it's not an organized
True.
place. So we choose one contractor. Again, we squeezed them. These guys, they undercoated, thinking that they will say the variation and get more money. When they started the work, they understood that they will not get more money from me.
True.
And they abandoned the project.
Oof.
Yeah. Of course, we didn't lose any money,
course.
but the time. And that too, it was attached towards the pandemic, So we lost some time.
Of course.
But that taught me a lesson, that never compromise on the companies where you choose. There should be, we need to definitely carefully study who they are we are dealing with.
True. And not only select based on price.
Exactly.
Of course.
Price, not at all. And the deliverables should be seen. And that's the most interesting failure I see in my current career.
But as you said, failure is something that we learn from in order, it's a stepping stone towards success. It's a stepping stone where you are now with the organization. If I flip the question, I say, what is the proudest moment to date? The proudest achievement to date?
See, as I said earlier, I'm coming from a small village in India. Okay, I'm a corporate commercial lawyer. I got the exposure by coming here in UAE. But the proudest thing is that I've been instrumental to develop 2 free zones and 1 offshore registry.
Wow.
So 3 registries, two onshore registry and 1 offshore registry I developed. So this is the proudest moment. And of course, the current proudest moment is heading the Al Quwain Free Trade Zone. By the way, the Free Zone is existent since 1987. But our team, we have developed it to the next level,
True.
So that was very proud moment for me.
If I ask you a question to give a promise on the Alpha Talk show for people and investors and entrepreneurs that they will establish their companies in the free zone of Al Quwain, what kind of promise you give them? Is it the detail promise or another promise?
It's a detail is a big promise. We give
course.
any company's personal attention, because this is what, as you said earlier, it's lacking. Let it be a small one-man company or a budding company, or let it be a big industry. We give equal importance. And definitely, this assurance I can give, our team will definitely support them for any of their needs. And you don't have to be regretting to refer the client to us.
Oof, I love that. One thing that, since you saw a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of successful investors as well, what will be the most thing that you saw that made these entrepreneurs or investors fail in establishing their company and getting ahead and moving forward?
See, the failure, what I would say is that if somebody coming to establish a new company, I would see who is the person behind,
Yeah.
like the nature of the person, the team. The second thing, what I look into is, are they able to be flexible with their project,
Okay, adaptable.
whether the project is again needed in the market.
True.
These are the factors which I look into. Again, I look and I advise all the budding entrepreneurs to have plan A, plan B, also plan C.
True.
Plan A for me is plan alpha.
Exactly. True.
So they should have a proper business plan. They should have all the financials. They should have a marketing plan, and everything should be there for plan alpha. If plan alpha by any chance
didn't work,
you have to look for plan B.
True.
And again, you have to plan C as well, which is a graceful exit of the company.
Oof, I love how you put it, graceful exit of the company, because a lot of people don't even think
Exactly.
about this plan at all. They leave it until they shut down.
We do get clients, when they come for setting up the company, they even ask for what is the cost of deregistration of the company and the processes.
Really?
Yes.
These
Those
are prepared.
Yeah, they are very
These
prepared. Yes.
prepared and professional. I love that. We are in the Alpha Talks show. And I have a nugget question always in the show, which says, how do you define an alpha? What's an alpha? From a business perspective, from an entrepreneurship perspective, what's an alpha?
Alpha is number one. Okay. In business, people have to plan anything. That's alpha. They should rebound from the failures. That's alpha. So for me, alpha is the number one plan in a business.
I love that. A person who gets what he wants, correct, in the correct planning way.
True.
You know, I really still keep remembering what you said. Plan A, plan B, plan exit. Very well said. Because really a lot of people absolutely miss this part. We have a section in the Alpha Talk show. It's called the Alpha Quickfire. I'll ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
You answer them in a quick way.
Okay.
So what is the most important lesson you've learned as a leader in your industry?
Flexibility.
How do you stay motivated during challenging times?
The purpose keeps me motivated.
Oof, your why. What's the biggest risk you've taken in your career?
Heading the UAQ Free Trade Zone.
Proof. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself through your journey?
I rebound from failures.
What's one daily habit that contributes to your success?
Consistency.
How do you manage your time and focus on what truly matters in your role as a GM?
I prioritize my time.
If you could give one advice to aspiring entrepreneurs, what would it be?
Keep going. Don't
Never
look
back
back.
down.
Yeah.
True. What's the most important skill every business leader should master?
Communication.
Oof. What's one most common misconception about free zones that you would like to debunk?
Complexity.
Oof.
To add to that, even our tagline is that it's easier than you think.
Yeah. If I ask you, what is the best ever advice, which I call it the alpha advice, you've ever received in your journey, what would be this advice?
It's learn from the failures.
Oof. Majority of the people really are afraid of failures, and when they fail, they break down and they get paralyzed.
True.
But the best advice is to really befriend your failures, learn from them, step up and move ahead. And I believe that's one of the best advices people have ever received. I will go to another section which called the alpha choices, which I'll ask you a couple of questions. You need to choose one.
Oh.
Okay, so this...
I need to choose one.
Yes, so this or that, you choose one of them. Okay? So corporate structuring or corporate restructuring, what brings the most long-term value for the business?
Oh, you cannot answer one out of this. It depends on the business needs.
Of course.
Because being my profession,
Yeah.
I cannot say this or that. It depends on the business needs.
I love how you answered it.
Yeah, sometimes it's corporate structuring, and maybe to get more profitability or to minimize the risk, restructuring.
Afterwards. I love that. Okay. What is one of them that offers strategic benefits for international investors? Offshore or free zone company setup? Pum, 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 pum.
You are complicating me. See, offshore company setup.
Because a lot of people really think about that.
No, offshore company setup is mostly for holding assets, like holding trademarks,
Wow.
holding properties, or being like a holding
Company or
companies
holding
and
company.
all. But the free zone companies
Operate.
are for operating in the free zone area. So we
love
cannot
it.
choose between that.
It's a good section because it teaches a lot of people, because now people understand that, like, if you want to set up an offshore company, you're either holding the assets, the trademarks, or it's a holding company of a group of companies.
Exactly.
I'm trying to strategic vision or operational efficiency, and I will understand your leadership from this.
What is the question, please, again?
If you're choosing between strategic vision or operational efficiency, and what drives Al Quwain Free Zone? It's your vision.
It's vision with the efficiency.
Because I believe you're an extremely efficient leader. You like to do things on operational level, very efficient.
Yes.
Building long-term business relationships or quick wins in business growth?
Not at all. Long-term relationship.
Long-term.
Most of our clients are referrals. So they are with us. They enjoy, they are satisfied with our services, and they bring companies, because these all are investors, their connections. They establish a company there, and if they are happy, it's a long-term relation for us.
Exactly. You're building for the future.
Exactly.
If we'll go to the last, I would say, a couple of questions. One thing that comes on top of your mind to really advise people who want to establish a business in Al Quwain Free Trade Zone, what they should do directly? They contact you right away, or contact consultants if they still have, what should I do? Because a lot of people still not the savvy investors that they have the plan A, the plan B, the exits. They need some people to speak to in order to let them know which direction they go. They contact you directly, the Al Quwain Free Trade Zone, or they go through consultancy that available everywhere.
If they decide on establishing their company in the free trade zone, they can directly approach us. We have a business development team. They can directly even send an email to our from our website, or they can call our office, and our business consultants, our own in-house business development advisor, it's our staff members. True. They will guide you from documentation till choosing the activity, till finding a place, or depending on the facility requirements. Not only that, even more. After that, assistance in the bank account openings.
It's an important part.
Yeah, like they advise them or they support them the bank account openings. That's our value-added services. Again, the resident visa part, for the family visa, for the self visas, then customs documentations, all these things.
It's a value-added
services, and it is directly from the free zone, and we have all the departments to support.
We've talked about the cost associated, and it varies, and there is the alpha package. What is the duration to establish a company over there?
The company establishment duration, again,
varies.
Depends on where did you reach. Now, initially, you come, you tell your project, Then there will be discussions on
Exactly.
choosing the name, activities, and submitting the documents.
True, and the license,
I can say within
everything.
1 hour or 2 hours, but it is not possible. That's the license printing time.
True.
And that happens with us also 1 hour. But once you submit the whole documents, I can guarantee that less than 24 hours, you will get the license in your hand.
Less than 24 hours, the license gets.
Yes.
Wow. Johnson, what will be the last message today you want to leave the audience with today? What is the message?
The road to success is always under construction.
Oof. True.
Enjoy the deviation. Maybe you can grab a bite on the way.
Yeah.
Don't get carried away from the failures. Okay? Failures are like surprise twist.
True.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Try.
Stamina, persistence, discipline. That's the secrets, what they say to
Yes,
success.
Yes, yes.
We have a last section in the Alpha Talks show. It's called the Alpha Talks Memoir. The Alpha Talks Memoir, we ask the Alpha guest to do a couple of things. One of them is to write their experience in the show, but we do that after the shooting. But the important thing is you answer a question that's been asked by the previous Alpha guest.
Wow.
I don't know it, you don't know it, and even you don't know who wrote the question. It's a way of all our Alpha guests communicating together, but they don't know each other. Which means that after the show, you will write the question to the next Alpha guest as well. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh, it's a nice one. What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah, what makes you happy?
Success makes me happy. Family makes me happy. Being with the family makes me happy. And the work which I do makes me happy.
It's very important.
Without being happy, you cannot perform.
True,
And for me, I would say success means happiness.
absolutely. I love
It's not
that.
just money
True.
or it's not just meeting the targets or anything else. If you're happy, you are successful.
Successful. True. I love it. Johnson, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having you today. It's an honor. And what is the easiest way for people to connect with Al Kuwain Free Zone? Through their website, or what is the easiest way that
The easiest way is to contact to the website.
I'll leave it in the description for everyone interested to establish their company over there. And you promised 24 hours once they submit the documents.
Promise.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Seif, for having me here. And I
Appreciate it.
wish all the success for the Alpha Talks.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I hope we'll see again.
Of course.
With a different version and different prospects.
I appreciate it. I'm going to visit you over there as well. Thank you very
Welcome
much. Thank you.
anytime. Thank you.
That wraps another inspiring episode of today's show. I hope that this episode has ignited your inner alpha and left you feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. Remember, alphas aren't born, they're made. It isn't about dominating others, it's about embracing your authenticity, leading with integrity, and making a positive impact on the world. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the Alpha Talks on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review and share the podcast with your fellow alphas. Also connect with us on social media at Seif El Hakim. Share your thoughts, insight, and stories of personal and business growth with us. Let's create a movement of alphas supporting one another. The world needs more alphas like you exactly. Until next time, stay bold, stay driven, and stay alpha.